especially Polish people. So, in the first start, I will recall the outlines of MlBibTeX and give more details about the scheme programming language and Unicode. I will summarize the current state of MlBibTeX and represent in avant-première some future features. So in fact, MlBibTeX for multilingual BibTeX is a new bibliography processor comparable with BibTeX, but comparable in fact extending it. It is written using scheme, with some connection possible with XML Word, especially XSLT. Efficient, in fact, if you try Bieber, even original BibTeX, good time responses, and extensible. And you have some programs when you install MlBibTeX. MlBibTeX, in fact, is comparable to BibTeX. That is, each time you use BibTeX, you could use MlBibTeX with the same interface. That is an indirect processor in the sense that the last part of formatting a bibliography is delegated to program, for example, a bibliography style of BibTeX. You can also write a bibliography style using XSLT. There are also direct processors. That is, all the process is written using scheme. And formatting the bibliography is done by means of commands. That is, the result is marked up with command, for example, for the biblatex package or the bib module of ConTeXta. So, there is only one BBL file. And you can use the MlBibTeX 2XML program to convert bibliography files from other format to XML-like format. In fact, it uses scheme implementation of XML. That is, tags of XML are replaced by S expression in scheme. You see? So, let's test this program.
Much more readable terminal.
Example, expressed using XML syntax. In fact, you saw the XML version. Here is the SXML one. This, in fact, markup is put into action by scheme list expression with prefix syntax. Attributes are preceded by this kind. That is, book is an element, author is another element, author name is an element whose contents is here, and attributes there. We can and the strings are blank notes, that is, indentations put by users between a markup. But we can remove them. But the list pretty printed, and in fact there is a one-to-one correspondence with XML and SXML format. In the other direction, yeah.
Syntax. That is
Yeah, the same. So, an important question is how characters are represented. In fact, MlBibTeX is based on stan1 encoding, that is, character belonging to stan1, even you put text commands, are specified this way, that is, by the character itself. For other characters, there is a kind of normalization using text section commands. For example, an example borrowed to Polish music. If you put this string, I reckon that O with acute accent belongs to stan1, but not L with bar. So the representation will be Henryk Mikołaj Górecki, this letter and this one. The double backslash because in scheme backslash is an escape character and it must be escaped itself. So in fact, about compatibility with BibTeX, that should be compatible. If you wrote sense. In fact, MlBibTeX is less permissive, but that there are drawbacks, there are advantages. For example, so in fact, here should be an integer. If you put that, here is the result. For example, and this text. So, 13, bad number, here should be a number. That's logical. If you use BibTeX or Bibber, there is no sort by numbers, but only by string. And MlBibTeX has numerical sort, provided you provide numbers. Another point, for example, if you type that, by the way, in France, that is very current because the French word for address has only one D. If you use BibTeX, it will silently ignore that field. With MlBibTeX, in fact, no blocking, just warning, but you can know that something was wrong. All right. And the agent. Personally, I think this feature has many advantages. For example, when I processed the bibliography of my institution, many people did many mistakes. For example, editors with S, that was ignored by BibTeX for several years, the same address with 1D, and many other errors. Not blocking, just ignoring, but useless. So, for the installation, the best compiler from my point of view is bigloo. The best on Linux and Mac OS X. In fact, the installation is very simple, just configure on Mac. If you get the distribution, you are in this state. If you look at the make file, you won't find dependency relations. In fact, they are inferred from scheme files. For example, here is a new file, and what is used by this file. And this information is used to add extension to make file during the installations. You don't have to take care of that. Just that is for connecting with an XSLT processor. But pay attention to a thing. You must have the command switch, because you must be able to localize the place of the Bible package. And there. It takes a while because of the optimizer of bigloo. So, about Windows. In fact, I don't know. I confess, I'm a little player on Windows. I think it should be possible because some GNU tools make when configures have been ported on Windows. I'm looking for a volunteer and with good knowledge on Windows to try that. So about scheme. The successive standard scheme are quote, rewrite, report on the algorithmic language scheme, and the stars are replaced by a number. When I started MlBibTeX, I used the 5th revision. Come out in 98.
Ancient.
98. There will be another revision, but very controversial. In fact, only a few scheme interpreters and compilers have updated. That was much debate within the scheme community, and in fact, this version is used very marginally, just a few. But the new, very new version should be ratified this month. More precisely, the 20th of this month. That is the assertion. In fact, due to its date, the 5th revision was not Unicode compliant. Some interpreters were, but not in a standard way. That is, some provide some extension, others provide other extension, not really standard. For me, that was unacceptable because I told you that the best scheme tool for Linux and macOS is Bigloo. But I'm not sure, for example, for Windows. More, I know that many Windows users use Gambit on Windows. But since I use only standard constructs, since I spent much time to make MlBibTeX compliant with any scheme interpreter, if Gambit is okay for Windows, we can use it. So it was impossible for me to be Unicode compliant without being standard. In her 6th revision, it has been claimed Unicode compliant, but in fact, that was very strange. In the 6th revision, you can write and read files in UTF-8. Probably ASCII, because ASCII is just a subset. But in fact, many points were obscure, and processing some strings sometimes gave strange results. And that paths also were controversial. But the assertion is the 7th revision will be Unicode compliant. So, when I update my implementation with the 7th revision, I will be able to deal with many other encodings, for example, Latin 2, many others. In fact, when I started to program MlBibTeX, I anticipated the future use of Unicode. For example, for implementing order relations, I have to rewrite some parts, but just some precise parts. I don't have to check the whole of the program. So, it will take a while, okay, but at the end of the summer, I will freeze MlBibTeX. That is, the state at this moment will remain stable until the Unicode, the implementation with Unicode will ready. That is version 1.4. Now that is 1.3. In fact, what is available? As you saw, bib format is recognized. You can directly put a bibliography using the XML representation as I showed you, or SCM, that is the scheme implementation of XML. The refer format is good too. You can mix refer, bib, provided all your keys are different, no problem. The European order relations are implemented, and many multilingual features are enabled. And something that may be interesting. If you send your work to an editor or a publisher, you can send your text file, your BBL file, if you are sure that the same bibliography style is used. If not, you have to send the whole of your bib file or cut within bib file. But, in fact, with MlBibTeX, we can save the bibliography of the works as a scheme file using SXML or an XML file as I showed you. That is, no loss of information between this format and bib format. That is, you can extract what is really useful for your article, and this useful item will be processed by this way. About direct processors. Last year have been already demonstrated. I updated about new entry types introduced by the biblatex package. For example, book in book. If a book is an omnibus with several sub-books. In biblatex, you can specify a date by year or month. Day is not recognized by biblatex, but date. Day is predefined in MlBibTeX. Now you can use either year, month, day, or date. That is implemented. But ranges are not handled yet. You can give a date that is an initial date, a final date. That will be for later. For MlBib context, there was some base in the style of Taco. I fixed them. If you use BibTeX, MlBib context, you probably notice some divergences, unless something I goes wrong. My version is correct because I checked with Taco. And right from commands of context. To finish the introduction, just type Microsoft. Yes. Go. Look there. This file has a preamble, as a big file, and the context preamble. You know that commands are not equivalent. Some commands are known in context, but not in LaTeX, and vice versa. And you can use such preambles to make some definitions. For example, a context preamble will be processed by MlBib context, whereas preamble will be processed by MlBibTeX and MlBibTeX. Second, here, this command, if you use BibTeX, emph is not known in context. Just em as in a plain text. The same. emph text bf, text it text bf it's not known in context. BFIT does not a mixing, that is, italicized on boldface. To do that, you should use BI. Okay, let's go. So, the job name. So, here for the pattern for the order relation. If you want to try for the name first, year, then, month, title, and you have to put the main language. If you do that, it will be find nothing about the language used. The result will be strange. And an empty string, I explain you later. So, no problem. Okay, that is the context preamble and about commands. Okay, that is EM, EMBF, okay, correct, and here, okay, please. In fact, the future is that is what you show me is for the output encoding. Now it's useless, it just be present, but you can type what you want, but it is ready. In fact, for all the bibliography generated by MlBibTeX, you have the choice between ASCII or Latin 1. If you use MlBibTeX, it will be look into the preamble of your document to see if the input package has been loaded with Latin 1. If yes, the Latin 1 encoding will be used. If not, just ASCII. So, the future will be the encoding of a big file is either given at the beginning of a file, it is this information supersedes all any other, or given by the operating system, for example, by the file command of Unix, or by the command line. So, now this directive is recognized. At the beginning of a big file, you can put %encoding equal Latin 1. Now, just Latin 1 and ASCII are recognized, or ISO and the number of ISO.